it's me, Scott X1307. Back again. First flea market haul of the new year, 2015. Trying a slightly different format for this video. Trying to showcase the books, if you will, instead of my face. Just kind of switch things up a little bit. New year, try something different. Went to the flea market. It was nice and rainy and wet and muddy. Not too many people out. Unfortunately, the early birds did get to the flea market guy before me and snatched all the good Silver and Bronze Age books. But I did come away with some pretty neat stuff. Like always, I'll start out with 20-cent books. And I've got DC here first. I found this cool issue, Eric, Son of Thunder, number 1 from DC. Pretty good shape. It's bagged. Interior pages a little off-white. Ernie Cullen art. Pretty cool. Got a little background here, print I picked up last year at Heroes Con. It's Adventure Time and Batman. It's Batman Adventure Time. Then I picked up, this is one of the few amalgam issues that I haven't been able to find until now. This is Speed Demon, obviously a cross of Ghost Rider from Marvel and the Demon from DC. Heard it's actually one of the better amalgam titles. Character looks pretty cool. Found another copy of this. Not in the greatest shape, but it's not in horrible condition. Probably a fine minus. Another copy of Legends number 1. The book has been seeing some action lately. Like I said, you can see interior pages a little off-white, but not too bad overall. For 20 cents, you know, as hot as that book has been lately, and now I have like I have a few copies of that. I'll pick them, almost all of them, up for 20 cents. Another issue of Blackest Night. This is issue number 4. This one's in VF near mint condition. Few issues of that left. Now into some Marvel books. I found what would have been a fantastic, I mean absolutely fantastic book. Would have been incredible to find this book complete. Unfortunately, it is coverless, but as you can see here, it's Ghost Rider Volume 1, Number 2. It didn't cost me anything. He gives these away for free, and I figured, hell, I can read it. It didn't cost me anything, so what the hell. I hate it. That sucks so bad. But it's Ghost Rider number 2. I figured I'd give it a good home. 90s Marvel schlock. Generation X number 1, chromium wraparound cover. Woohoo! Just picked it up because I never picked up Generation X, and just filling in some holes, you know. Next, I thought this was pretty neat. This is one of those giveaway books. Came. Not sure what this one would have came from. This may have just been given out at the local retailers. It's from '84. It's Spider-Man and Power Pack. This is sponsored by the International Association of Direct Distributors and your local comic retailer. Produced in cooperation with the National Committee for Prevention of Child Abuse. National Education Association. It's one of those promotional comics that they did from time to time. You know, give you a little lesson about certain things in the world. A lot of them were to benefit hunger relief and things like that, gun control. This one's pretty cool for prevention of child abuse. And it's John Byrne. John Byrne cover. John Byrne on Spider-Man. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And it's in great shape, actually. It's in probably about a right at VF near mint. 8.5, 9.0, something like that. Picked up a couple of issues of Alpha Flight. I already have these, but for 20 cents, I'm not going to pass them up. Alpha Flight 33 with the X-Men, Great Magnolia cover. Excuse me. Sinus problems, all this rain and nasty weather coming in and shit. And picked up two more copies of Alpha Flight 17. A newsstand and a direct edition. These are both in pretty good shape. Probably fine, very fine condition. But again, you know, featuring the X-Men and both newsstand and direct edition. John Byrne art. Couldn't pass those up for 20 cents. And I thought this was neat. I like going back and reading the old fanzines and price guides and things like that. And this is an Overstreet. Did I just move the camera? Yes. This is Overstreet update number 3. 1984. Looks like a Bill Mantlo, Butch Guice cover. Must be some indie characters, but I thought it's pretty cool. Should have some neat stuff in it. It's neat to look at what prices were back in the day, and you know, what was hot and stuff like that. 20 cents. Grabbed this issue from Black Ball Comics. I'm not that familiar with Black Ball. They were, I think, a short-lived company. I believe they did some stuff with Johnson and Strowman. They did a title for Image called Tribe for like 2 or 3 issues, and then they moved to another company. I think that was Black Ball Comics. This title, I believe, has been around for a while. I think it was with Eclipse or something before. But Radical Dreamer number 3. I picked it up because it's got Mark Wheatley art, which is pretty cool. He did a lot of stuff on Johnny Quest. Good painted stuff here. And this is a neat book. It's really short, but it folds out, and it's like a giant, comic poster. Thought it was pretty cool. It's it's like 94, but it's in pretty good shape to be, you know, folded out like that. It's pretty cool. Gen 13 number 0, which I think I have, but it's J. Scott Campbell. This is in great shape, be not bagged and boarded. Still, it's got pretty white pages, no creasing, sharp corners. Really good shape. Alright. I thought this was pretty cool. Dave Cockrum. This is the Futurians. Number 2. I believe this is what he did after X-Men. Not real popular, but you know, it's Dave Cockrum art. Got issue number 1, so figured I'd grab issue number 2. Another copy, and I'm surprised, and I find these, and I've seen a couple other people finding these for real cheap, you know, less than $1. I'm always surprised. This is in really sharp, near mint shape. This book, I think, is a little undervalued, even though it is 90s Image, but it's one of their most popular and longest running characters, so therefore it's kind of like one of their more important characters. But this is the Cyblade She Battle for Independence special. This is the first appearance of Witchblade, and I think it's only valued at like maybe $10, but you can pick them up, you know, all day long in bargain bins. And the thing is, it's got Silvestri art. It's Billy Tucci working on the plot. He's the creator of She. It's got She, who was real popular, and well, there you see, Witchblade. I'm just surprised. I've been able to pick up a couple of copies of this. There is another one. The title is She Psyblade. That is a part 2. It's not two different covers. The She Psyblade is part 2, but the Psyblade She is the first appearance of Witchblade. I believe the She Psyblade, I believe there are 2 covers for that, one by Silvestri and one by Tucci, but this is the more valuable of the 2 issues, of course. Then picked up another random issue of Nexus that I didn't have at number 30. This is got guest artist Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, so some great stuff there. I missed the Steve Rude art on those, but they had some great fill-in artists. Picked this up for the hell of it. I really, you might think I'm weird, but I really dug this guy's art in the 90s. I was big into anime and stuff like that, and his artwork definitely has that manga anime influence. I'm not going to pronounce his last name. Most people call him Joe Mad. I'm sure you'll know who that is. This is a title he did for Cliffhanger Image called Battle Chasers. This is issue number 1, the wraparound cover, and here's issue number 2. Issue number 2, issue number 1. Those are in great shape, of course. Nothing special. Now, this book I thought was really neat. I remember that there were people looking for this at one point in time. I don't think it was ever really valuable, but you know, it's Dark Horse, so it's lower print run. Movie adaptation, which they were famous for, still are famous for. This is the Thing. This is based on the John Carpenter's Thing, and as you can tell from the cover, it's pretty gory, as it should be. It's the Thing. Nice art inside. I'm not familiar with this guy, John Higgins. I probably should be. Really cool painted art. That was a great find there. Some more issues of Grendel I found. This is Grendel Tales. Not sure if this is the first or second miniseries, but this is Homecoming, issue 3 of 3. And then I found Grendel Tales Devil in Our Midst, issue 5 of 5, which now that I'm looking at it again, I think I already have. And issue 4 of 5, which I know I don't have. And then, finally, I thought I already had this, but I didn't. The last of the original little stories of Concrete that ran in Dark Horse Presents. This is issue number 10. The first 10 issues had Concrete stories. I'm sure he popped up in later issues, but after issue number 11 he wasn't in, and then it went on to do the first Concrete series and then the minis and everything. So now I have those 2 little runs complete. I also managed to find one more issue of Concrete. This is Killer Smile number 3. So now I just need issue 2 and 4 to complete that. Found some really cool David Mack Kabuki from Caliber Press, and that was the first company produced Kabuki with. Finally found issue number 1 of Circle of Blood, the first mini-series. These aren't worth a lot, but it's great David Mack black and white art. And issue number 3. So I have those 3 issues. I think it's just 3. I already had issue 2. And then I found, very surprised, like I said, this is another, I think, a very undervalued book. It's like $8 in the guide. I found this for 20 cents. I think this book should be higher. Being an indie comic from the early 90s, it is going to have a lower print run than a lot of stuff. Really neat character, really great artist. I found Kabuki, Fear the Reaper. This is, it says, first printing. The Overstreet guy says that there is no issue number on this, and it was just a one shot. It's supposed to be just Kabuki Fear the Reaper. I don't know why they say it has no issue number when it clearly says issue 1, and it does say first printing here. So that was a surprise, a great find, I think. Like I said, undervalued independent key. And then I found some neat books. I don't know how many people out there are into this character, especially here in the States. Unfortunately, a lot of times, you know, in the United States, we are unaware of things that are produced in other countries because they just don't get the market here. But I'm sure everybody knows this character. We've all heard of it, I'm sure. It's Captain Canuck. I hope I pronounced that right. And I found some issues, and I've seen lately there's been a resurgence in the popularity of non-American and non-Japanese comics. You know, being the two biggest producers of comic books. But you know, there's a large comic market outside of the U.S. and Japan. Of course, Canada and Europe. And European comics have a long tradition. I was just talking to Tim Morant the other night, talking about that and how he grew up in Germany, and he was able to you know, see some of the European comics, and it's the French comic industry apparently is pretty big. I knew they had a big comic industry, but apparently there it's kind of like Japan. They have comic books for everything, and they're not just for kids. This is cool though. These are all from Volume 1. They're first printings. They're not like super valuable, and these are not in great shape. They've got really off-white pages, and most of them were unbagged, but I thought it was pretty cool. It's Captain Canuck. This is a first summer special. Not too bad to have this big white bar on the cover. It's still pretty white. It's got a little rubbing issue where it hasn't been bagged, but it's not yellow, it's not brown. Like I said, I don't know what the interior pages, what color this paper was originally. I know I remember picking up books in the 90s, and the interior pages were never like bleached white. They were always a little off-white just because of the type of the paper, and that may be the case with these, but I think they've clearly aged a little. But I thought that was pretty cool. And then, of course, I didn't find like the first couple of issues. They're larger size and they're black and white, but I did find issue number 5, which started I believe that's where the color issue started, and they were regular comic size. And of course, these are by Richard Cumley, his Cumley Comics, printed in Canada. I think that's a really great cover. Really cool. That's I like that. Issue 6. Issue 7 was bagged and boarded, a little better condition. Issue number 8. Issue number 9. Issue 11. I think that looks pretty cool. Number 12. Again, like I said, there's I think some good covers on these. Issue 13. And the final, this is like the final regular issue. I believe an issue 15 came out a couple of years later, it's like a special commemorative edition that had unprinted stories and some new original art and stuff. But that's issue 14, and like I said, I believe that's the final issue in that run, and you know, that's pretty cool. Some neat non-American comic stuff. Some pretty cool looking art, and really some pretty great covers. Alright, that's it for the 20-cent books. Now on to the price books as I'm hitting 20 minutes here. God darn. Alright. First, I picked up, he had some new stuff. I'm not really into the new stuff, but this, I like this cover. It's Superman, Wonder Woman. This is issue 12, the Monsters of the Month variant cover they did back around Halloween, I guess. Got it for $3, dollar less in cover, plus 25% off. Same with this, Batman and Robin, $35. It's got the monster variant with their mummies. $2, dollar off cover. And Batman and Robin, $36. The Lego variant, again, dollar off a cover price. And I'm going through the box, and I can't believe that I found these in there. I picked up the first issue of this just to see how it was, because I like the character. I can't really get into these new superhero or, you know, titles. The Marvel and DC stuff I can't really get into, but this is a lot of violence and a lot of blood, so it should be fun. Deathstroke number 2, I believe this, yeah, it's Toon Daniel, so this is the new series, right? Already $1 off a cover. This just came out, what, a couple months ago? And issue number 3, which I think is the new issue, I could be wrong, $1 off a cover price. Again, minus 25%. Alright, a little bit of older stuff. Picked this up, really like this cover. It's Colin and Giordano. This is Batman 351, What Stalks the Gotham Knights. This it's Batman as a vampire, just like the orangish red background. It actually reminds me a good bit of this cover. Totally different, but it's, I mean, the moon, the reddish orange background, the moon with the bats flying, he's standing on the edge. It reminds me of that. Totally different pose and everything, but it still makes me think of that. Anyway, that was $2. Wolverine 25, didn't have that. And then I thought these were neat. Picked up a little run of the Doctor Who series from Marvel Comics. Doctor Who number 2. This got, again, this is the 4th Doctor, the Tom Baker Doctor, my favorite, and it's Dave Gibbons art, or at least Dave Gibbons cover. Here's issue number 3. Issue 6. And 19. And like I said, somebody got there a little earlier than I did. Got to the Bronze and Silver Age books before me, but I found a couple of Bronze Age books that were pretty cool. First, this one is in really good shape, fine, very fine condition. Tomb of Dracula 19. Biggest issue is the little bit of writing here, like a date stamp, but I don't mind those when they're kind of up in the corner. Usually CGC doesn't take too much off of those, because that it was just done back in the 60s and 70s and before. You know, newsstand books and even early shops, they did that. And then another issue of Submariner from the run that started in the 60s. This is number 58. I believe it's another early appearance of Namorita. This one's in pretty good shape, except it's just a little off white, but no major creasing or anything like that I found. And pretty good shape. The last 2 books I picked up at the flea market, so that will complete my first flea market haul for 2015. Pretty good start to the year, I think. Wish that I had found some more Bronze and Silver Age books, but you know, you can't win them all every day. But cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And sorry this video took a little bit long, but I picked up a good bit of stuff. I picked up a few other things. I'm not going to show exactly what those are, but I picked up a stack of books like this. This is for some fellow YouTubers. So Tim, Tom, Michael, I have some books for you guys. I've talked to y'all already, so I'll be getting those out soon. Alright, everybody, appreciate you watching. Give me a thumbs up if you feel like it, or a comment. I would appreciate it. I always like talking to you guys. Until next time, y'all take care. Have a good one. Thumbs up, buddy. Later. Y'all keep reading those books now.